Good day everyone! I hope that you are all safe and healthy today. This is your local guiding services subject. I am Ma'am Jen, your teacher guide in developing your basic skills in the world of local guiding services. Be ready to learn and make sure to prepare your activity notes and your pen.
Hello learners, our today's topic is about delivering commentaries and resolving complaints or emergencies. And at the end of this lesson, we'll be able to first identify the parts of commentary, second, discuss the proper way of delivering information and commentaries, third, explain steps in handling guest complaints and other emergencies.
I know that you are ready to learn new ideas. Let's try to answer the questions posted on your screens. Read each question carefully. Choose the correct answer from the given choices.
Which of the following activities is the closing part of commentary? A. Do the head count. B. Greet the guest. C. Introduce yourself. Or D. Thank the guest for joining the tour. The correct answer is letter D. Thank the guest for joining the tour. Which of the following forms, slips, is needed when an emergency occurred during the tour? A. Emergency form. B. Expense slip. C. Logbook slip. Or D. Tour voucher. The correct answer is letter A. Emergency form. What part of commentary consists the overview of the tour schedule? A. Briefing. B. Closing. C. Introduction. Or D. Presentation. The correct answer is letter A. Briefing. What is the only immediate response applicable to save the life of your guests when they fall ill or gets injured during a tour? A. Bring them to the hospital. B. Call your supervisor. C. Apply first aid. Or D. None of the above. The correct answer is letter C. Apply first aid. Chloe provided a description of the attraction and its relevance. She also gave her guests a chance to ask questions related to their tour. What part of commentary did she do? A. Briefing. B. Closing. C. Introduction. Or D. Presentation. The correct answer is letter D. Presentation. What is your score? Did you get a perfect score? If yes, good start for you. If not, don't worry. We will deepen your understanding so that you can get a higher score at the end of this episode. So now, I want you to focus, be ready, and have fun learning. Let us now explore and discover the proper way of delivering commentaries and how to handle guest complaints and other emergencies. What is tour commentary? It is also known as guide speak. Refers to what tour guides say in front of the guests when they describing an attraction. It includes general information about the country as well as local tales, events, and personalities related to the attraction. Let us now discuss the parts of commentary. The first part is introduction, where you have to greet the guests, introduce yourself and the driver, and do a head count. Example: Good morning, my dear guests. I am Jen from Picture Travel and Tours. Welcome to Puerto Princesa City, also known as the City of the Living Guide. He is Manong Ruben, our licensed tourist van driver. Are you ready for our tour? Great! Before anything else, let me do a head count first. Next part is briefing. Provide an overview of the tour itinerary. Give possible activities during the tour. Give reminders and the do's and don'ts during the tour. Provide brief information about the city and the attraction as well. The next part is presentation. Description of the attraction and its relevance is given. What to see or do. Time to spend at the attraction and time to get back at a specific time. Guests are given a chance to ask questions related to their tour. Feedbacks are highly encouraged. Do a recap after delivering the body of the commentary and calling for reactions. A recap is a brief summary of what has been discussed. The last part is closing. Thank the guests for joining the tour. Encourage your guests to come back to try other tours. Request for feedback from your guests about how they feel in their experiences. And lastly, provide simple token of gratitude. Now let's proceed on how to deliver commentaries. The way we deliver commentaries is very important because it helps us get the attention of our guests. Here are the steps on how to deliver commentaries. First, begin with a smile, greetings and introductions. Deliver the commentary in a manner that makes the guest interested. Deliver information using good sense of humor. Remember, commentaries help people understand and appreciate what they see. Face the group, not a few. Speak slowly and clearly with an audible voice. Establish a rapport with a group, individuals. Always maintain eye contact with the visitors. Prepare yourself for questions that may be asked. Take control of your breathing and emphasize on the important words. Use synonyms and example when making explanations. When mentioning a local name, repeat it or spell it. Maintain silence if the need arises. Listen carefully to questions and other concerns. Never argue or debate with the visitors. Always end the tour by thanking the visitors and wishing them a good day, evening, or night. Issue questionnaires to obtain visitors' views, feedback, opinions, and recommendations of the tour. Now let's proceed in how to handle complaints from guests. These are the effective ways in how to handle guest complaints. If there are complaints, you have to respond quickly. The guests will want to feel like you heard them and that you care about their complaint. Next, listen. Listening is very important. Listen to your guests to figure out why they are upset. Nod your head, keep eye contact, and verbalize that you understand. Next, thank your guests. Thank your guests for raising their concerns. Next, Understand. Put yourself in the shoes of your guest. Then, be patient, calm, and empathetic. Do not fight with the guest. Next is resolution. Letting the guest know what is your plan to manage the complaint will make them feel satisfied.
After the resolution, involve your guests in the solution. Ask them if there is anything that they would like you to do to solve the problem. Next, update your guests on the status of their complaint. Let your guests know that their complaint is in the filing process. And lastly, learn. Use this complaint as a manner to learn about potential flaws in your system.
Many things can go wrong during the tour. When a visitor falls ill or gets injured during a tour, first aid is the only immediate response applicable to save his or her life. In case of an emergency, the tour guide should follow the following procedure. First, remain calm. Try to discover the cause of illness by checking and noting the symptoms. Control the crowd. Call the ambulance and direct paramedics to the site. Note the time of the day, the attraction, or site you are at. Next, verify if the visitor is traveling alone or with a companion if in a group tour. Check for medications, visible medical bracelets or identification. Practice safe hygiene. Protect personal belongings and valuables. Contact your organization management and brief them on the matter. Inform the tour agency or operator for them to contact the nearest embassy. Record the full details of the emergency in the emergency form. Learners, to fully engage yourself in this lesson, let's try to answer this activity. Directions. Write true if the statement is correct and false if it is incorrect. Write your answer on the line before each number. Number 1. Deliver the commentary in a manner that makes the guest uninterested. Number 2. Face a few, not a group, to make the voice audible. Number 3. Maintain silence if the need arises. Number 4. Always maintain eye contact with the visitors. And number 5. Establish a rapport with a group or individuals. And now, let's check your work. Number 1, false. Number 2, false. Number 3, true. Number 4, true. And number 5, true. Did you get the perfect score? Keep going.
Let's try to practice more by answering let's do more activity.
Directions. Arrange the following steps in handling guest complaints. Write 1 to 8 on the line provided. Let's check your work. These are the steps in handling guest complaints. The first step is respond quickly. Second, listen to your guests to figure out why they are upset. Third, thank your guests for raising their concerns. Fourth, put yourself in the shoes of your guests. Fifth, be patient, calm, and empathetic. Do not fight with guests. Next, provide resolution. and update your guests on the status of their complaint. And lastly, learn from the complaints. What is your score? Amazing!
We are almost done. Let's sum up our lesson by answering our last activity.
Directions. Categorize the following parts of the commentary inside the box as your introduction, briefing, presentation, and closing. Write your answer in its appropriate column. Let's check your work. Under Introduction, we have Greet the guest, introduce yourself and the driver, and do a head count. Under Briefing, we have Provide an overview of the tour itinerary and give reminders. Under Presentation, we have Feedbacks are highly encouraged, description of the attraction and its relevance. And lastly, under Closing, thank the guest for joining the tour, provide simple token of gratitude, and request for a feedback from your guests. We are almost done. What is your score? Wonderful.
As we end our lesson, let's do the assessment to check how much have you improved.
Read each question carefully. Choose the correct answer from the given choices. Which of the following activities is the closing part of commentary? A. Do the head count. B. Greet the guest. C. Introduce yourself. Or D. Thank the guest for joining the tour. The correct answer is letter D. Thank the guest for joining the tour. Which of the following forms, slips, is needed when an emergency occurred during the tour? A. Emergency form. B. Expense slip. C. Logbook slip. Or D. Tour voucher. The correct answer is letter A. Emergency form. What part of commentary consists the overview of the tour schedule? A. Briefing. B. Closing. C. Introduction. Or D. Presentation. The correct answer is letter A. Briefing. What is the only immediate response applicable to save the life of your guests when they fall ill or gets injured during a tour? A. Bring them to the hospital. B. Call your supervisor. C. Apply first aid. Or D. None of the above. The correct answer is letter C. Apply first aid. Chloe provided a description of the attraction and its relevance. She also gave her guests a chance to ask questions related to their tour. What part of commentary did she do? A. Briefing, B. Closing, C. Introduction, or D. Presentation. The correct answer is letter D. Presentation.
Congratulations everyone! You were able to finish the task in our lesson. Once again, I'm Ma'am Jenny Bustamante and this is Puerto Princesa Dream TV. See you next episode!